I believe in our faculty. The campus is not going to close. It will be open. There will be classes available. Not all classes will probably be available, but classes will be available. Students should come. There are going to be a lot of events that will be taking place that week, whether it's the arts events because it's the week of the arts, okay, that week, or whether it's going to be sporting events. I expect the campus to keep coming forward and moving forward. And so our students' education will not be harmed because of disagreements. There are too many good people at this university. You're in the classes, you know the faculty, you know how much they, I'm sorry, love you, but they really do, okay? And that love went out. I think they're incredibly important. I think that we've had two major events that affected the student body deeply. The question about genocide in Native Americans, I think that having a conversation around that topic is very important. I spoke just today with the faculty member who is teaching the first class in that area, and she talked about how difficult the class was, but how not gratifying, but how right it was to be teaching that course. So I think we're making real progress there. I think that Congresswoman Matsui was amazing in being willing to stand up and talk about what it meant to be born in an internment camp, to have her husband be in that internment camp 5 years, 5 months old, and then to have the really hard conversation about people were put in the internment camps because there was wars going on and they were different, okay? Because World War II. And now we have world wars going on and we have ISIS, and we're in the same or a similar situation with our Muslim students where people are talking about them and treating them as different and pushing them aside. And the hate speech that surrounded that incident was just horrific and wrong. And I think that we as students and faculty came together. So I'm very, very pleased on what we've done.
You said you do a lot of dinners and luncheons and things at your house.
Yeah, can't you see the gut? It's 24 pounds, okay, of doing that. We're averaging 2 to 3 breakfasts every week. We're averaging at least 2 lunches, usually 3 lunches with groups. This week it's been 4 lunches with groups. And we're at our house, we're averaging 1 event per week at the physical at the house. Another one at the Julia Morgan house where we can have bigger groups, because in my house I can only fit about 8 people around the dining room table. We're in Sacramento. I can't afford a house that can have more. And then we go out to dinner with groups to be able to talk. Yeah, usually it will cost. Cost is the wrong word, okay? A donor would have to be willing to contribute about $20 million to be able to have a name on there. We're looking for a name on the event center as well, and a name is in every place we can. I don't know if you've been over at Folsom Hall at all. If you go in Folsom Hall, you'll see almost every room over there has a name on it. And that name and we'll do the same in the science building as well. That name may be $1,500, maybe $15,000, but it's so that we can have the equipment in there. So I tell the stories of our students. Our students are so successful. I tell the story of a student we've got at Pandora right now. Okay, do you do Pandora at all?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You like the way one song goes into another song? Okay, how do they figure that out? What do you think they do so that the songs, so that you'll like the next song?
Honestly, I have no idea. It just happens like magic for me.
No, it happens because of Sac State student, okay, who takes the songs, and he graduated in applied math from here 2 years ago. Takes every song, has an algorithm, breaks it down to 400 parts, and the next song has to have 350 of the same parts in it. And that's how you do it. It doesn't have to do with, oh, he likes techno, so I'm going to put in another techno song. No, it's the 400 elements in that techno song that have to be, 350 have to be in the next one. When you tell that story about one of our students doing that, you know, people get enthused. They want to contribute. And we were talking about how we can transfer students more readily without them losing credits. I expect Jim Dragna to help set that up and make it more effective as we come forward. He is looking at the data, and he found some really good information on our students and how, if GPA is a much better indicator of whether our students are going to succeed. And the GPA in the first semester really tells us a lot. So he's able to start predicting how students are going to do, what students are going to be at risk, and if a student's going to be at risk, what are we going to do to be able to reach out and help that student. So he's working in all of those elements. He's also evaluating the current practices and which ones work best and which ones we need to rethink and move forward. And then he's helping student affairs and academic affairs work together and talk to each other all the time. They're great units. Jim's a bridge builder, and he's helping to build those bridges, and then the bridges with the college as well.
And how have you enjoyed working with him so far?
It's been 3 weeks.
Oh.
I haven't fired him. No, I haven't. I have enjoyed working with him. He brings in a very different perspective than what we have currently. I mean, he is so data driven in what he's looking at. So when he talks to you, he talks in numbers. I like talking in numbers because numbers are real people. And he's able to translate those numbers into real students. So, yeah, I've enjoyed working with Jim. Sac State is number one. Stingers up.